Are we ready to rock and roll? Taking one.
Essentially what we're trying to do with ConnectHub is really create an alternative to mainstream education. This is not to say that mainstream education does not have its values, but given some of the challenges, the socio-economic conditions that become a barrier to learning that most South Africans experience, you can't help but think of an alternative. And I think if we're going to look at the situation and do something about it, it has to be a radical one. And so ConnectHub is really about bringing young people together, shifting the way they think about their society and say, imagine if you brought in all of this knowledge that you have to solve real life problems. What kind of skills would you gain through that process? And I think those are the kind of skills that people rave about, and employers, business people everywhere talk about the necessity for having these skills that no textbook can ever really teach you. And so in our journey, what we're trying to do is create this community.
It was so exciting to see these young people really grapple with some of the issues that we face as a people and as a country. And for young learners to be able to articulate these issues and to see them really think for the first time about what role they can play in trying to curb some of these issues was just a phenomenal sight. Collaboration between the Build in a Box team, ALA, and ConnectHub fell together so naturally, and it was about just building on top of what already exists. And I've been very pleased with what we've been able to produce this weekend. Of course, for me, I think it's really just the beginning of what is going to happen in the next couple of years, and quite excited about it. Project-based learning is really saying to young people that we need to move away from the theoretical focus of what it means to learn to a much more practical one. It says, how do we really engage with a bigger question to use the knowledge that we have in solving real life problems? And in that, we want to focus on key skills, critical thinking, communication, collaboration, and being really creative around how we approach the problems that we have encountered or are constantly faced with. And that is why we think it's important. As a South African, I'm concerned about a whole range of things. And I think that to simply choose to leave is too easy. Great institutions, great countries were built by people who were committed to something bigger than themselves. But I think that as young professionals, we need to start doing something differently. We need to take a radical approach. And part of what I'm trying to build with ConnectHub is exactly that, to say, what are we doing with the knowledge that we have, that we've gained through experience and in the classroom? How are we using that to solve problems? And I'm on a mission within this continent to really do something. I'm on a mission to create a network of young people who are going to be sharing ideas. I'm on a mission to build hubs all over this continent that is going to house such brilliance. I'm on a mission to say to young people, we can no longer afford to wait for somebody to do something. And it is hard, it is difficult. But I think that that's how great institutions were built. I think that is how great countries were also built. Join me, be part of the journey.